This part had me dying, bro. He's stalking her to I guess the grocery store or whatever, right? He starts fantasizing about her and he starts to Mr. Miyagi 3000 wax his meat, aka the spit and shine. He starts to beat his meat in the whip, right? And then he gets a knock on the door, and I was like, oh my gosh, don't tell me it was Natalie. I'm like, oh, GG's. It's, hey, take your talents back to South Beach. It's time to go home. YouTube, what's going on there, man? Listen, now, I wasn't even going to do this video, but your boy just started watching you on Netflix of season 3, episode 1. Now, I watched the first 2 seasons, obviously, but this first episode, man, spoilers, obviously, because for those who have not seen you, click off the video, because I'm not trying to hear nothing, whatever. This first episode of season 3, bro, I still have 9 minutes left of the first episode, and this episode have me baff. For those of you who don't know, baff is baffled. Anyway, obviously I can't post my actual reaction on here because I'm going to get blocked. FBI's going to knock on my door. Can't have that. Right? So, I just don't understand Joe, man. My guy Joe, the first episode starts off, right? It starts off with a recap of season 1 and 2, which no one really cares about, whatever, cool. It starts off with Joe with a knife, whatever. And not a knife, I think he had what do you had? The clippers. Scissors, yeah. My guy had scissors in his hand, and it looked like Love was pregnant or whatever. And I'm like, bro, you already about to kill Shorty? It's already the first episode. We only in 5 minutes in. You can't kill Shorty already. Save that to the end or something, right? But it looked like he was just cutting the cord, the umbilical cord, right? Cool. So they move into some white neighborhood, probably. Well, it looks like a white neighborhood, obviously. And apparently, he's not satisfied with Shorty, which is Love, because I guess he found out that, Shorty killed people and he ain't with it. And I'm like, bro, you kill people too. Like, you're not innocent. So he's saying something about, oh, he gotta save his child from her. And I'm just like, my guy, like, am I missing something from here? Like, what? Am I really missing something? I don't know, right? So he sees another Shorty, which is his neighbor, and she kind of look, decent or whatever. And then he's starting to, like, keep his eyes on her. I'm like, bro, you realize you married a serial killer, right? If you get caught trying to wife your neighbor, for those who don't know, wife means to smash in my lingo. If you get caught trying to wife your neighbor, when you go to sleep, by the time you wake up, you're not even waking up. You dead. You check what I'm saying? Anyway, so he's starting to stalk his neighbor, which I think is Natalie or something like that. Yeah, Natalie, right? And this part had me dying, bro. He's stalking her to I guess the grocery store or whatever, right? And he starts fantasizing about her, and he starts to Mr. Miyagi 3000 wax his meat, aka the spit and shine. He starts to beat his meat in the whip, right? And then he gets a knock on the door, and I was like, oh my gosh, don't tell me it was Natalie. I'm like, oh, GG's. It's, hey, take your talents back to South Beach. It's time to go home. So apparently she didn't even see him wax his meat, spit and shine, whatever you want to call it, spit and shine. She didn't see that. And it looked like she was flirting because she gave him Pampers, which I don't know how the hell she knew that. So it gotta be that she's a crazy bitch as well. And she gave my guy some condoms. I'm like, hold up. I know y'all ain't never talked before. And the first gift you given him, a housewarming gift, is condoms? And Pampers? Well, Pampers, yeah, but condoms? Oh, nah. I don't know how I feel about that, right? But I'm like, you know what? Cool. Safe. Cool. So Joe started to stalk Shorty. Actually, did that happen before or after? Joe started to stalk Shorty to the library with the baby because apparently he don't have a connection with his child. I don't blame you. I mean, you married a serial killer and you're trying to, fit in with, and you just can't. Whatever. Cool. So apparently, Shodi knows that she is getting stalked by him. I guess whatever, which is kind of weird. And she's starting to flirt back with him. I'm like, yo, you into that type of stuff? Hey, to each his own. If you like that, cool. Me, nah. But hey, so he had his child in the library, right? And apparently he starts to cry. Henry or 40, whichever one. And that's the thing too. The child's name is 40, right? The child's name is 40. But he's trying to call it Henry. I guess because he doesn't want to feel guilty about 40. I'm like, bro, it's too late. It's too late, my guy. Like you can't change the name. You're gonna feel guilty. Deal with it. Whatever, right? So the receptionist, the person at the counter for the library, I think that's the front desk person, sees that he's stalking her, and she noticed that, calls him out for it. I'm like, oh man, ooh, I don't know about that one. And then she was like, yo, like, you gonna keep stalking her, or you want me to help you, whatever, with something, whatever. So apparently, Shodi, the neighbor, I think her name is Natalie, gives the receptionist a book, I guess, to read or whatever. I guess it's her way of flirting. I don't know how people do it in 2021 nowadays, right? And it leads up to her calling his phone because Love left the house with the child, Love left the house with the kid, right? So Shodi, the neighbor, called Joe on the phone with no caller ID, and I'm like, how the hell you get his number? A lot of these things ain't adding up. Ain't no way my neighbor just ain't no way my neighbor knows my number just like that. Like, what? How the hell you get it? Anyway, so she invites him over to the house, whatever, for a drink. And he's like, how did you get his number? Good question. Finally, something that whatever. So he asks her that, and she's like, oh, my husband is some tech wizard, something. He owns something, whatever. And he has cameras all around the house. But there's one camera that's broken, and that's by the pool, and she spends most of the time at the pool, right? And they're drinking wine at the pool, and I'm like, so Shorty trying to get some wife, or like what's she trying to do? She proceeds to turn off the cameras, right? She proceeds to turn off the cameras. Shows him that she's turning off the cameras, and I'm like, oh, she trying to get some wife. She trying to get some wife. But my guy Joe, obviously he's with it because he showed up and he obviously is interested in her, even though they're both married, but whatever. And then her drink is done. She invites him inside the house to get another drink. And I'm just like, you ain't slick. Like, I already peeped what you were trying to do. I peeped game like 2 years ago. I peeped that already. But okay. So they go inside the house. She gets a cut from, I guess, clanking the... Oh, that hurt. She gets she gets a cut from clanking the wine glasses, and I guess he starts touching her, trying to fix or whatever, and then she invites him to her reading room, right? And I'm like, damn, you really trying to you really trying to bring my guy Joe over your house? I don't know how I feel about this, but hey, whatever. He invites her over. She invites him to the room, and instantly she's with it. Oh no, before that, she's like, oh, I'm a slob, so she kicks, I guess her drawers and whatever. And my guy Joe picks up the drawers, puts it in his pocket. I'm like, bro, you are a fiend. You're just a fiend. Like, that's nasty. First of all, you need to clean up after yourself. But Joe, hey, that guy's a fiend. And then she starts to make out with him, whatever. But as soon as she starts to kiss him, whatever, it's only now the post-nut clarity, right? The post-nut clarity hits him like, wait, I can't be doing this. Nick, bro, you should have been thought about that Yeah, you should have been thought about that way before you even step foot in the yard, right? So he goes back to his own crib and say, "Yo, I was with a neighbor drinking, whatever. I'm surprised Love, like she didn't catch on, but okay." And then he goes in to kiss her, and I'm surprised she ain't smelled uh Natalie's scent on her, on him, but whatever. And I guess he smashed or whatever. And apparently this was the first time in 6 months, apparently. So they smashed or whatever. Later on into the episode, they go into some party, I guess like a community party. They see some people, they see Natalie, her friends, whatever. And they get back, and apparently Love calls him out on this and say that she knows that he smashed Natalie. And I was like, yo, how the hell she know? Because they didn't show me that. So how the hell does she? Whatever. But, she knows that. And I was like, yo, what is happening right now? So, what happens right now? I still have like 9 minutes left to watch. So, but so far I was like, yo, like this is kind of crazy, man. I wasn't even planning to watch this. I was just bored at the house, just trying to watch something, and then I was just like, yo, let's just watch this. And people are talking about it, and here I am posting a reaction breakdown. Not really a breakdown, a reaction basically. Um, yeah. So if y'all enjoyed that, let me know how you feel about it. If y'all have seen the episodes, the show, don't spoil it for me, obviously, because you will get blocked. Yeah. See y'all in the next video.